It's my honor to welcome the legendary Dame Dash to Off the Record. Dame, thank you for being with us today. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you.
What's going on, everybody? This is Tim.
And this is MB.
And this is Off the Record, a place where we have conversations with the dopest people in all aspects of business. And we're going to bring you plenty of game and more insight with this one.
And now we have the pleasure of speaking to a living legend, a pioneer in the hip hop and business world, someone who has consistently fought for his people, someone who has gave the culture so much game and showed us how to be a boss and continues to inspire many of us till this day. It's my honor to welcome the legendary Dame Dash to Off the Record. Dame, thank you for being with us today. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you.
Dame, I wanted to ask you, obviously our audience knows who you are, but for those few people that do not, how would you describe yourself when you're introducing yourself to people that don't know?
I don't really describe myself,
Yeah.
I couldn't. That's something that, I do what inspires me, and I just do it well and honestly, and I do it at a professional level without compromise of integrity or morals or principles,
Yeah,
that's really what I say. I'm a history maker and a dream catcher.
Yes, sir. So, Dame, I think initially the public recognizes you as being a great businessman and entrepreneur, but you're clearly an artist and a Renaissance man, as well, from directing films to producing shows to acting, playing instruments, producing music to fashion to opening galleries, everything. Out of all of those, which one brings you the most joy?
Right now, I'm being a parent. I got a baby.
Congratulations on that, by the way. Congrats.
Thank you. And being able to, enjoy that with a woman that I'm in love with, in a very balanced and, like in a non, like I'm used to being in fucked up situations. You know what I'm saying? This is the best. This is what I've been dreaming about my whole life, is finding a girl I can chill with, making a baby and just growing and being happy and doing it in luxury, But I love making music, but not for money. I love the band. I love making movies. I'm inspired by a lot of different kinds of things at different times. It's almost insanity how often I'm inspired and how I have to react to everything that inspires me. But I've been lucky enough to monetize things that I love and that I would do creatively for free and make a business of that. I think I'm more known right now to this generation, just what I'm saying and what I've been consistently saying for a long time. And, becoming independent at one time was like a crazy thing. And now that's the thing. And it's, it's like the reaction to people when what I was saying before, how they reacted then into how they react now, it's a completely different thing. Yeah. It's funny how things shift, you know what I mean? But the truth at the end of the day prevails. And if it's really the truth, the only test of the truth is your patience until it reveals itself and how much confidence you have in that.
Yeah, I've seen so much old footage of you from the 90s and stuff, and you were literally saying the exact same shit, which is crazy, till this day. Same delivery too, real brash and abrasive and just blunt, straight to the point. So that is just kind of crazy to see how everything is coming back full circle, and especially how this generation is.
And that intimidates people too. Intimidates people, I feel like, of being told the truth.
People, dishonest people.
Yeah.
Yeah, an honest person is always going to make a dishonest person uncomfortable.
Right.
Right. Especially when a dishonest person is pretending they're on for a living.
Yeah.
It's just like, someone that pretends they're tough, when someone really tough walks in the room, they're just going to be uncomfortable because they feel inadequate.
And was that a way for you to also
pretending to be something they're not?
Right. Was that also a way for you to personally, not expose, but when you're in the industry, you're able to now see exactly, okay, I know because how I'm coming at you, you're a dishonest person. I shouldn't be trusting you. Could you then immediately point them out just based out there reacting to what you're saying as well?
Absolutely. Flags all over the place.
Yep.
You can tell a racist, you can tell a white supremacist, you can tell a black person that believes that white ice is colder off top.
Right.
You can tell a person that wants to fit in that as opposed to take over. I'm the guy that, it's a different mentality. When a slave is talking to a master, the conversation is different. When a soldier is talking to a general, the conversation is different. It's different language. It's a different understanding. Sometimes because there's people that call themselves bosses, but there's different kinds of bosses, right? There's the kind that, they know how to collect a check from an infrastructure that, cuts them and makes the money and gives them maybe a percentage of it. Then there's the kind of boss that actually makes the money and cuts the check to the person that pretends to be the boss that gets the money from the infrastructure that's making money, like, get paid a fee.
Right.
Exactly.
So I'm the kind of boss that wants to get a company profitable. I don't want to just get paid by another company. I want to be the company. To me, getting a company to be sustainable, then profitable, and have a multiple boss. But it's, again, I'm not discrediting someone that might just get a royalty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a different kind of boss. It's a different kind of respect. It's like sometimes I'd have conversations with legends for certain things, and they'd be like, yo, how come certain people get more credit? And how come we're not respected by certain kinds of musicians? I'd be like, you don't play an instrument. Yeah. It's a different game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a different respect level than like someone that plays an instrument is going to, they don't care how many records you sell, they're still not going to look at you as bona fide legit unless you can play an instrument and perform live. If you're performing over a track, even if you sold 10 million records, in certain worlds, you still won't be respected. Musician, but a real musician won't consider you one.
Yeah.
Right.
So Dame, I heard
there's real businessmen in this fake one.
Yeah. So Dame, I heard you say that anyone who works for you, they have to have their own dream as well, which I thought was dope. Yeah. How important is a team to a boss's success, and how do you build a solid team?
A lot of editing. It's everything, because it's hard to do everything on your own.
Yeah.
And you want people to have understanding and be on the same sheet of paper. But at the end of the day, if someone's not going to fight for themselves, there's no way they're going to fight for you.
Right.
So if you don't have a dream, and again, I'm a person that says, I don't want people to work for me. I don't believe that having a job, long term is, in the best interest of you or your family. So I'm not going to have anybody work for me all day and build my dream and not have anything to pass to theirs.
Yeah.
Just karmically, it doesn't work out. So leading by example, I would be, I wouldn't be practicing what I'm preaching, letting somebody do that. So you have to have a dream that you can fight for, that's yours. So I know you're fighting honestly for mine. And also, I'm going to teach you how to be independent and show you the right way. I'm not going to mislead you and take all of your skills and just use them for my stuff. I just don't think it's right. I like to make partners. I don't like employees.
Yeah.
Is that why you've wanted, you probably keep your circle so small though, because that's so hard to come by these days too.
Yeah, like I said, it's a lot of editing.
Yeah.
A lot of people pretend they want the dream, but when it gets given to them or the opportunity, it's like I give you a lotto ticket and you want me to cash it for you. I got to convince you to do it.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for all that.
Yeah.
So Dame, one thing I've always admired about you is how fearless and assertive you are in business. So, it never seemed like you were passive about anything that you felt wasn't right. So because to the average person walking into those rooms, especially if you're, one of the few people of color in those rooms, that might get intimidating. You know what I mean? And so there's big money on the table. There's contracts with all this misleading verbiage, and you don't know if these people are snakes and a whole nine. Was there any situation in business where you didn't feel as confident or like you didn't know enough? And if so, how did you deal with it?
Well, I never think I know enough, but I've never been intimidated by any conversation as it relates to business ever. I know that when I start a business, I've just started. I don't have experience in it.
Yeah.
So, and then also the way I usually approach it is usually a little unorthodox. So there's never any traditional way that I'm dealing with something. So I'm always putting myself in a place, let's say, uncomfortable because I'm not used to it. But that's what comes with, starting something the first time.
Yeah.
The second and third. I've never been intimidated by anyone. I always look forward to the smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what I want. It's not you try to play me because I'm black. I want you to try that.
Exactly.
I want you to think smarter than me, and I know I'm so much smarter than you.
Right.
And probably because snap your nose off your face. You know what I'm saying? So I know, it's like, I'm brains and brawn. At least, the brawn is just when I have to be to protect myself. but the brain is what they don't anticipate. Pause.
Right.
They're more scared of the brain than the brawn.
Yeah.
When you're in those meetings too, and you felt like you haven't, there's things you could learn. Are you never afraid also to like ask the why questions or get more info?
I always ask the why questions.
Right.
I ask questions all day.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm very transparent. I never pretend I'm smarter than I am.
Right.
See, the one thing you have to understand is when you're stupid, you cannot pretend you're smart in a smart room. But when you're smart, you can pretend you're stupid.
Mm.
Yeah. So, Dame, so we know that there's this political game that people play in business where they won't speak on certain negative things that happen because they don't want to accept, like, because they don't want to offend their political ties and the powers that be. You've always spoken out against the so-called power players, you know, in the game from day one. We've seen, Kanye do it, this past year. But most of them are established people already. Do you think that it would be wise for someone to build up value and create leverage for themselves before they speak out? Or, someone who's considered brand new in any industry speak out against what they feel is right?
No. You got to take the industry, bro. I never tried to fit in. I don't give a fuck about those industries. And these so-called power players, I don't think they're power players.
Yeah.
I think they're pretending to be power players. Well, I speak to them that way.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If they were power players, they wouldn't be running behind pennies and young people's money and leveraging them. They're like shrimps in the ocean. They're scavengers that are pretending they're bigger than they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So why would I want to fit into a game if I'm not playing that game? I'm going to be the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that.
Like what I'm monetizing is my honesty, my actual opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to change my opinion and be somebody else. You're not a rock star if you do that. You become a pop star when you do what people want.
Yeah.
I'm a rock star. I don't really give a. I'm not there to fit in. I'm there to get what I need to get off. You know what I mean?
I'm sure
not there to be around.
I'm sure you have people all day trying to tell you what they think you should do too, and you're like, you're probably just, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not on that at all.
Well, back about 15 years ago, yeah, but now not.
They know.
I'm outside.
Right.
Yeah.
Like those are people I choose not to deal with. It's a life that I don't even understand.
Yeah.
Right.
When I think back about it, I'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. It's almost like hustling to me. Like, when I was on the street, it's just as like far removed to me.
Yeah.
And in my rear view, I don't deal with anyone I don't want to. And I do keep myself. I might have someone around me that's going to tell me what to do or how to do it. They've done it before and done it better.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I do look for people to give me advice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I've heard you say a couple times that you're a time traveler. So you'll go 10 years ahead in the future to see how you want to live and come back to present day and make the moves now to live how you want to live then. What investments and moves are you making now to live how you want to live 10 years from now?
Well, you see it. It's the investment in the residual income of the content. So that's the reason why everyone's just launching apps. And, it's the same app I've been trying to tell everybody to launch for years.
Yeah.
Now I'm relaunching an app that actually has the ability to sell things. And it's a new business model. It's a new thing. I don't know why no one's doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm always going to be a bit 10 years ahead of the game. So, the things I look into right now is the content, the beginning, middle, and end, being able to make the books and anything that gives residual income from my family, that's what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
100%.
you got to remember, I'm a founder. I'm not a person that buys, acquires a company.
Right.
I have to
build
build
it
the
up.
company from ground up, invest in it, lose money until it makes money. And that takes a different kind of breed. Mm-hmm. It's a game I like to play and a game I like to do. Yeah. And I'm not trying to hustle on a crowded block. So I got to look to the future. I'm not trying to fit in after everybody else is fitting in. Pause. I don't want to be 2 for 5 to trades. I like to be dimes and 20s. I like to be the winner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So I got to be the first person on the block so I can sell it and put it out anywhere I want, stand out. And, I can dictate the narrative. Mm-hmm. And that's what I've actually been doing.
Damn, have you ever...
I've been waiting for Disney to catch up. I've been waiting for Netflix.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I can do it. I don't have to pay. They have to pay billions of dollars to do that shit. I got to watch them make the mistakes and be able to make and do it the right way.
Exactly.
Original programming all day long.
Yeah.
But I make the music. I make the clothes. I make the visual. I'll direct that shit. I'll act in that shit. I'll pay for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'll distribute that shit. I can do it pause from the rooter to the tutor.
I love it.
Hey, your pause game is so serious. It's
so
crazy, man. You
made it up.
Yeah. I know. Yeah,
I fucking
you
love
did.
it.
Yeah. Dame, have you ever felt like sometimes you may have spread yourself too thin, like with everything that you do?
I mean, there's times I feel like I need to focus.
Yeah.
But because like my plans, my big schemes are like, they have to form together like Voltron. So in order to like launch an app, I got to make the movie. I got to make the app. I got to direct the movie, damn near write the movie. I got to act in the movie. I got to pay everybody. You know, I got to dress everybody. I got to make the music.
Yep.
But it all comes together and I have one product.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about prioritizing my focus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also completion is important, you know?
Yeah.
You can start something and not finish it. It feels good doing it, but if it don't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think therapeutically is important to me. And when the day I finish something is the day I can start something new.
Right.
Yeah.
But completion is everything.
Yeah.
Are there days with you having so much done, but also being as successful as you are? Are there still days you get up and you're like, fuck, I know I have to do this to get to here, to get to here, to do this, to do this. Is it still overwhelming at all? No.
Yeah.
I mean, being an entrepreneur is like these problems aren't problems. They're part of the game.
Right.
So, you know, it's like, what the fuck I'm going to do? I'm going to complain it's happening. I already know it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's always, for business, it has to get a little dark before it gets bright, or else it's not a good business.
Yep.
It's not going to be sustainable.
So Dame,
Fast money doesn't temporary. So,
right.
you know, like if you're going to get into a fight, a championship match, and you know you're going to fight 12 rounds, you're going to cry every time you get punched. You know you're going to get punched.
Mm-hmm.
If you get knocked down, you know it's your job publicly to get back up and fuck some shit up.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But at the end of the day, you're not like, why me, or worried about it.
Yeah.
You actually know it. I wake up in the morning looking for my problems that are considered problems, because as a boss, my job is to fix problems.
Mm-hmm.
My job is to untie knots, not to be happy and celebrate all day. The W, to turn the loss into a learning experience until it's a W, a win.
That's a gem right there. Yep. Dame, so obviously, you know, we're in a weird time right now, but you grew up in Harlem in the 70s and 80s, and you were able to use, you know, the money that you made to make investments, start companies, and eventually, you know, turn into the mogul that you are now. If you grew up in today's generation with no money, you know, starting at zero, what would be your game plan to become wealthy? Because a lot of people are out here confused. It's very confusing times for a lot of people. So what would you do?
Buy a T-shirt for $5 and sell it for $20.
There you go. Okay.
Same principles as it is for drugs. And
that's kind of a crowded block though right now too, because a lot of people do that. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people do that.
Yeah, well, that's what I would do until I have enough.
Yeah,
you know, I just have to make sure my T-shirt is the best. And you know, again, I'm not saying a T-shirt can buy anything. You can buy socks. You can, you know, I make socks. They cost $7 to make. I sell them for $20.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? But I have to buy so much of them that they cost that much.
Mm-hmm.
But my point is, there's always a flip that you can do.
Yeah,
you know, and it's easy. Like right now, if you're like young and you're broke, you could do some more shit on Amazon and make some money. Just, you know, it's ways to make bread.
Right.
Without putting up $1.
Right.
Yeah.
So everyone is like figuring out the Uber model or the Airbnb model. It's how to make as much money as you can without putting up $1. Yeah. You just got to focus. You have to think, and you have to use Google. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you'll get every answer to every question that you have.
Right.
Do you buy stocks? Are you in the stocks?
I just hit Google. I find it like that.
Yeah. Like, Dame, do you invest in stocks and all that? No,
not really. No. I invest in some, you know, here and there. Yeah. But I invest in me more.
Word.
Right.
Okay.
I ain't got time to be looking at shit and be worried about. Like, I can't be like, you know. And I know it's a good game and all that.
Yeah.
But for that kind of focus on, I have to be in control. I have control issues. I don't like betting on someone else's business acumen, and I like betting on my own.
Dame,
Yeah.
Touching on that business stuff, do you think now, in your eyes, being such a serial mogul and entrepreneur, do you feel like now, instead of complaining, there's more ways to get rich, there's more ways for success too?
Fuck yeah. There's so many ways to make money.
Yeah.
And
but you have to be consistent, you have to be first, and you have to be fearless.
Yeah.
And you can't anticipate it coming overnight.
Yeah.
Overnight money is illegal money usually. So you have to build a brand. Mm-hmm. You know, you have to lose before you gain.
Yeah.
And sometimes sweat equity is the loss. You don't sleep until you got to go.
Right.
But if you really have a dream, what the fuck? When you have a dream while you awake, you live in your dream. While you sleep, you live in your dream.
Yeah.
All day long. It should be a dream. It's beautiful. I'm living my dream. So anything that's considered a problem is a dream that it is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like my levels of problems are dreams for most people. So I'm going to do it like that.
Yeah.
Like people like, I wish I had your problem. I'm like, these aren't problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as I'm healthy, as long as I'm not in jail, frustration doesn't bother me like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Or process. I understand process. You know what I mean? There's levels to this shit.
Right.
100%.
And that whole thing with the flip, like it seems like the structure of the game hasn't changed. There's just more ways to do it now than before. The structure and formula is the same. And digitally, exactly. The formula is there.
I can be in 30 places in one day and have 30 conversations in 30 different states and not leave my house. And they're just as effective.
Right.
And not have to pay for a hotel or for gas or for a jet or for all the shit or going to the mall or being bored and all the things I can't do while I travel.
Right.
It's so much to do right now because of all the technology that's there.
Yeah.
So Dame, in a lot of Black households, we aren't taught financial literacy, for the most part. So obviously, yes. So
why do you think they don't teach financial literacy in school? Why do you think they don't teach you what to do when you have a lot of money in school?
Yeah.
Because they're not teaching you to make a lot of money.
Exactly.
So what people don't understand is having money is a business within itself.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what to do with a lot of money, you will end up in fucking trouble.
Yeah.
And you see it happen all the time.
Yeah.
You don't know when to pay taxes. You don't know where capital gains is.
Exactly.
You don't know what quarters are. You don't know any of that shit. And they don't teach you that, and you're held accountable regardless.
Yeah.
So a lot of people get jammed up just because they didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
So my first million, even though it was rather young, I ended up in a lot of trouble because I didn't know what I was supposed to do with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or even where to put it. Taxes.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So for a lot of us,
Payroll, you know what I'm saying? Having a dormant business costs money.
Exactly. Yeah. So, for a lot of us, like you said, no one talked to us about cash flow and credit and leverage and how to create passive income and buy assets and all the other stuff. But you seem like you had a knack for that at a young age. Did anyone plant those seeds in you early? Like, how did you even, learn all of that? Was that just through trial and error?
I was a drug dealer, bro.
Right. There you go. Right. Hey, I guess that's
what taught me everything about business, marketing, branding. I'm not suggesting anyone do it.
Right.
When I was young, I did it and was like, oh, I could do this in regular business.
Right.
But I learned all of that from, and the reason why I'm so fearless is because I used to do this with the recourse being death or jail.
Yeah.
That was this is no death or jail.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with killers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or at least, I wasn't.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, Dame, I assume that you are familiar with Dr. Claude Anderson's book and concept Paranomics, right? Paranomics. Okay. Well, basically, I haven't, read his book yet, but I've seen a lot of his interviews and I understand the general concept. Kanye, was talking about it. He was basically saying that the pathway for, people of color and then, Black people to kind of like move up in the world is to really just, not everything is a race issue, but really we need to focus on financial literacy. And then, but there tends to be, a super liberal perspective amongst Black people and minorities that have like an anti-capitalism mindset. And, I think that anti-capitalist mindset, it might lead us down the wrong path because we need to embrace it and get ours and build legacies that we can pass down and stop relying on the government and everything else. What is your take on that?
I mean, yeah. You have to realize that we're the boss and that like my son already has a company. My son already sells his own socks.
There you go. Yep.
Baby Dusko. He's never going to know life without having his own company. It's going to be his normal.
Right.
So, it's our patterns and what we're programmed to believe is normal, what we accept. So, it should not be normal to not have your own business.
Where can people purchase those socks?
To do by people. It should not be normal to be always trying to just survive all
the
time.
Right.
Because it's hard to play chess when you're always playing checkers to eat and breathe.
Right.
But the way the patterns and the way it seems like school and the whole nine, it's meant to put a bunch of debt on you so that you always are behind the 8 ball so that you can't be strategic about your future.
Where can people purchase your son's socks?
On the baby, Rocky. What's on Baby Dusko now, right? It's up?
Baby Dusko's.
You already said it.
Baby Dusko Clothing.
Okay, got it. Yeah,
.com.
yeah. We'll put that on the screen.
Oh, absolutely.
And if
BabyDuskoClothing.com.
you want, I could play the commercial for the new app, the relaunch. I just put that out today.
Oh, let's do that. Yeah, for sure.
That sounds epic. 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 Boom! We in the room. Yeah. That sounds epic. 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 Boom! We in the room. Boom!
So,
Oh, yeah. So, absolutely, with the app coming out, do you guys have a date for that, for the relaunch?
The 11th of February.
February 11th.
And not only am I relaunching that, I'm launching over-the-air 24-hour television in Atlanta, LA, and Charleston. And we also just finished, we're launching a magazine called Dusko.
nice.
And, I got, during COVID, I'd made like 3-4 movies, documentaries, magazines, all type of shit.
Is the magazine going to be in print?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah, magazines. Well,
I have a special
fire.
issue. Yeah. And
That's fire.
this particular one, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to put it out. This is what I did on Kanye's ranch. But
okay.
I did one. That's a special issue. But I'm launching with the the issue, a different issue.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I gotta get it printed up. I made samples to show them.
I feel like magazines are turning into like vinyls. You know how like vinyls are, cool collectable items.
wait.
Yeah.
Anything physical is like vinyl.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it'll be available digital, and it'll be available on but also on the app. It comes to life as well.
Right.
It's an experience on the app.
How long did it
The
take?
version of it is very. I always have the content, huh?
Yeah. How long did it take to really develop and create that app too?
The app.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been developing it for fucking 15 years.
Right.
But developing an app sucks because of the maintenance and shit. And like Vimeo, I white labeled Vimeo initially, but I didn't like the way Vimeo was treating me. I couldn't get the data. They were basically dickheads. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Vimeo, but right now I don't like them. I liked them before, but they really. So, it pushed me to make it. I was always using them until I could make it. So I was like, yo, why can't I sell nothing on it? I need to be able to sell something.
Yeah.
It's a commercial to sell something. It's like, my shit is like a high-end home shop.
Right.
Watching it, you can buy it. So these are Dusko blanks right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dusko blanks.
Nice.
So, if I put this on the thing while you looking at me in the interview, you press a button, you can buy it right there.
Yeah.
And you can buy books and you can buy music.
Right.
And so on and so forth. Magazine.
Yeah.
And then it's 24 hours. Digitally it's playing 24 hours as well with commercials. But before the paywall, but after the paywall it's subscription. But then I'm gonna be having the network DTV playing.
That's right.
And on cable. And I mean, I'm really. I always wanted a television network. I know nobody's gonna hire me to do it. So I had to do it myself.
Yeah.
Both ways. And I did it.
Yeah.
All original programming, movies, it's fun. I get to be creative.
Right. Yeah, I'm subscribing to that today.
100%. I'm getting that Dusko. I'm sorry, the Poppington University. Oh my God, that hoodie's so fucking fire, Dame.
So Dame, I can't, we're asking you a lot of questions about business. I am, we're both hip hop heads. I just have like a few, just like hip hop questions. So, Dame, so obviously you've had an impact on the culture from, since the moment that you walked in, that you came in until now. Like, even to this day, you still have rappers still shouting you out till this day, like in 2020, 2021 on their records. Are you still are you aware of like rappers currently still shouting you out? Like, are you aware of that? Of that? I'm just curious. You are? Yeah. Cause yeah.
I've been watching. I always hear it because my daughters and my kids send it to me.
Right. Yeah.
Or young people always send it to me. But lately, because, I'm getting back I'm in the TV business. I've been watching BET Jams, Revolt, BET Soul.
Yeah.
So I see all of the records and I'm hyped. I just stun on my kids.
Yeah, right. So Dame, yeah.
I am 50.
Yeah.
That's why I refuse to dye my beard. I want you to know I'm 50.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm not trying to look young.
Get older and get better.
I'm just trying to look good. Oh,
exactly.
I'm authentic.
Yeah.
I'm vinyl.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that. So I heard you say before in other interviews that you're the blueprint of what you want the culture to ultimately be at some point, from being a boss to opening up art galleries around the world and expanding our minds and interest and creating opportunities for each other and sticking with each other. Do you think that the culture is headed in that direction now?
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
I mean, the art gallery, it's already damn near came and went.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
DD 172, I think it's going to be about now, monetizing and making your own luxury.
Yeah.
I think, as a culture before, we didn't accept our own culture making luxury. But I think, with guys like Kanye and, Louis Vuitton, Virgil, it's making it to where black is aspirational. People actually pay for it.
Exactly.
And an expensive variation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, Dan, while you're touching on that, we had actually a question submitted by a good friend of ours named Tim from the mid90s.com, but he actually wanted to know a little bit more about the DD 172, which you did form, and kind of that warehouse where we know the Black Keys dropped the album on the label too. But can you tell us a little bit more about DD 172 and when you formed it and kind of the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, I mean, it was basically in Tribeca. It wasn't a warehouse. It was really a 3-level building.
Yeah.
In the most expensive real estate in New York.
Right.
And you could just Google DD 172 galleries under 100. And it was really a place where, people, I was trying to raise Tallulah, and I was trying to ease up off environments that were aggressive.
Right.
And after the Black Rock project with the Black Keys, a lot of artists started to come around, and I couldn't have them in my crib. So I looked for a place almost to hang out, and it just became this epic center of creativity that we were monetizing. And, it was like a place where people that had already made it could come and do something not for money, just for love. And it was a place for the young kids at the time, like the Wiz Khalifas and the Currencies and the J Electronicas and the ASAP Rockies, like Crit, all of them started at DD 172.
That's right.
And I would take them to like Woodstock, and I just wanted to get the content. I got it.
Yeah.
You could see it.
Yeah.
And then it was not only hip hop. And there was a moment it was the first time I had seen other states hanging out without beefing. Yeah. And everyone was just getting hot.
Right.
It was a good vibe. Smoke Dizza, it was dope. And then like Merge came down and we started doing some West Coast shit. Then we went to China, went to Thailand. And I was just being creative and having a good time and doing it in luxury. But I also did have an oil factory because I was making motor oil where my son used to throw raids. So it was just like, if I got the keys to the city, I'm going to do some cool shit with it.
Right. Damn,
and I'm going to bring something to the table that's going to evolve as a culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was doing rock and roll and hip hop, in like synagogues, and like I was doing all type of crazy cool shit, and it's all documented.
Yeah.
And you can see it all on Dame Dash Studio.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Dame.
like, at any given day, it would be like Citizen Cope, the Disco Biscuits, which is a jam band, and fucking Currency, and Mos Def, and fucking and fucking Wiz Khalifa, and a lot of them don't know who each other are, but they just catch a vibe, and we make music. So many albums got made.
Yeah.
You know, it's nuts. How many people I look at on TV now? I'm like, I remember that little guy running around, you know, DD 172.
Right.
You know, it's crazy because I remember like MIA, like when having her in my house in fucking London, teaching, you know, with Nori before they cracked it. They were babies, you know what I'm saying? And watching what they've done as adults. It's just the before and after is really bugged out a lot.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Damn. So, you've named all these rappers and artists. I remember I seen you say that you would start rapping if the Big Pimpin' video didn't pop. How serious were you about that? And were you nice? Like were you know what I mean? Like were you was that part of the Rockefeller Plan at the time?
No, it was part of the we got to pay the bills.
Yeah,
Let's make too much.
Yeah,
shit is fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it was just like, yo, if this don't work, I'm gonna have to do what I got to do. So I got drunk, and I guess it worked. So, but you know, I'm not saying I'm super nice, but I believe that if I wanted to rap, I would have been dead nice. I mean, I do rock music. I can't sing, but I
you already had the
sound really good.
You already had the I mean, well, you definitely had the rapper energy for sure. You definitely had like the rapper energy and the persona. And
I never really wanted to be a rapper though.
Yeah. I've heard you say that.
I never wanted to be a rapper.
Times. Yeah. You know, this is more so of just a random fan question. Just because I think that you have one of the most fiery personalities that hip hop has ever had. You know, same thing. You know, how I feel about you is the same way I feel about this person. Have you and Tupac ever met? You know, like have you guys ever like met each other? Because that's super interesting to me. Because I'll think about like him, and then I'll think about like you, and then just the idea of you guys just in one room.
Those personalities.
It's just like really just kind of interesting to me. So, and I never really like heard any stories with like Dame Dash and Tupac, and so I'm like, oh, like I wonder if they met. Have you ever considered?
There was a time that there was a little friction between the camps.
Oh, okay.
So,
our
interaction at that time probably wouldn't have been as pleasant. We were looking to get a reason why they were coming on us. Yeah. But we never got with him really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that would have definitely been interesting.
Yeah. Dame, have you ever considered having your own podcast?
You know, we were kicking it with Biggie Smalls.
Right. Yeah.
And again, it was no pot.
Word. Yeah.
It was an association kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't association. He was friends with us.
No.
It was like, yo, come over here.
Right.
He was jumping in videos and making records and all that. So,
I didn't think about that.
Just like we didn't understand. I never understood the beef.
Yeah. So Dame, have you ever considered?
I was like, wow.
Yeah. Dame, have you ever considered having your own podcast? Because people love hearing you talk. And I know the stories that you would tell would be crazy, from all the business things that you've been involved in to your past stories, and you just have so much to share and so much game to share. And every time you speak, the culture is engaged. And I just know that if you had a podcast, you know, it would just shoot up
immediately.
Is that something you ever considered?
I got a television network.
Oh, yeah, that part.
So, the thing is, I would do that, but like it would be more like for fun.
The
kind of money. You know, I'm not going to disrespect anybody's hustle, but I'm really trying to make $1 billion. You know what I mean? It would take me a while to get the podcast to that point, to get enough streams to make the kind of money I really want to make. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, for me, I'd have to be like, yo, if it's me to do a podcast and look at it in a business-wise, I have to be making me more money than what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand, Okay.
So
and then time.
Like, if I didn't have shit to do, I'd do it.
Yeah, time taken away from what's...
Right.
Time taken away from the stuff that is making you money. Yeah.
So, Dame, so
like that much energy, I have to put that into the network so I can sell that shit for $1 billion.
Yeah.
I'm not
gonna get that kind of cash flow.
I'm not gonna lie, that shit would fucking explode.
I have other people that do podcasts on my network. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So Dame,
and also like to me, if I'm gonna put a camera, I'm gonna call it a TV show, not a podcast. It's just the audio
That's a gem right there.
And that's something that we have to credit you on because I heard you say that you were on the EYL podcast, and I remember you were telling them to don't call it a podcast, call it a show. Mm-hmm. And you and ever since I heard that, like when we were forming this show, we were talking and I was like, you know what, like we can't call this a podcast. Like let's call this a show because eventually we want to leverage this into a real like show. Yeah. And so I don't even tell people that it's a podcast. When people say it's a podcast, I correct them and I'm like, no, it's a show. But that's because of what I heard you say when you were on the Earn Your Leisure podcast. So Dame, so for these last, before we get into these last 5 closing questions, tell us what we should look forward to Dame Dash and for 2021.
Television network, some sick movies, some magazines, some books, clothing. I'm doing a lot with the OSG, which is 90 Black Principles, curriculum. A lot with the commission. So Senator Eddie Milton and Congressman Andre Carson and Bishop Purnell and Dr. Chris and Taj and Melanie, they're therapists. We're dealing with unrecognized trauma, prison reform, education, health, and economic empowerment. Mm-hmm. All those things. Yeah. So that's what you can look forward to. More of that.
Mm-hmm. So you have a book coming out right now. So you're working on a book.
Oh, I have magazines, but there's like, for example, Rocky's doing a curriculum with the OSG. Right. Mm-hmm. It's a syllabus for curriculum. So that book's coming out. The magazines are coming out. Culture Vulture, I'm gonna put it out through the app as well. But it's just everything. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be every single way that you can think. I will be representing my point of view in a very eloquent way, packaging it, whether it's a book, whether it's some vinyl, whether it's some music, whether it's a movie, whether it's clothes, whether it's education, all of it. You know what I mean? Documentary, Rocky's editing up a documentary about, going through IVF, losing a baby, then going through it again and having a baby. We have it all documented. Yeah. So, that we have a zombie movie I'm about to shoot. I just did a comedy on Kanye Branch.
Oh, you did comedy?
Yeah, I shot a comedy called Stone.
Okay, nice. Definitely looking forward to checking out all of that.
Do you have to get used to having the cameras rolling all day, or are you just like, man, this is what it's like?
I'm not used to not having a camera.
Yeah. You've been having one. Yep. So Dame, so for these last 5 questions, these are more so introspective questions. You can try to give us short answers. It's completely up to you. So Dame, when was the last time that you pushed yourself outside of your comfort zone?
I always do that. Anytime I do a business for the first time, I'm pushing myself outside my comfort zone.
Nice.
But I'm comfortable there.
Yeah. So
last year, I did a rock album. I'm singing.
Yeah.
That's way outside my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Anything you do for the first time and you self-learn, that's taking yourself out your comfort zone.
It is. Yep. So Dame, what was the last Going to the
airport, something that was like taking me out my comfort zone.
Going to the airport?
I'm outside right now.
Yeah, I hear you.
Outside.
So Dame, what was the last small act of kindness that you did for someone?
I mean, every day. I can't even begin to start there. That's all I do. A real boss loves others and knows how to love others before they love themselves because they know how to love themselves.
Yes, sir.
But every day I do something like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So an act of kindness every day. That's every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
So Dame, what is one area of your life? I assume
it has to plug every day.
Every day. Yeah, I hear you.
Every day.
Yeah.
I'm doing an act of kindness right now.
Yeah, you are.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah, it's 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, we're definitely aware of that.
Yeah.
So Dame, so what is one area of your life, whether that be your family life? I assume it's not your family life because you just had a beautiful baby boy. But what is one area of your life, whether it's your family life, work life, social life, health, spiritual life, whatever it is, that you feel that you need to give some more attention to?
I don't know.
I hear you. Yeah, it's a deep one. Pause. But yeah,
I probably pay more attention to my bread.
Yeah, right.
Because I got a stack for my kids, and I just like to. I spend it on making
fun.
business and being creative.
Okay,
Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a stacker like that.
Yeah. I've heard you say that. And that was interesting as well because you always give solid financial advice, but you said that you never hold on to money too long because you're always putting it back out there,
Other places,
in the streets. And I think that
but I have like a problem. I have a problem though. It's a little different.
Yeah.
Like
Hey, practice what I said.
I could have retired 15 times already, bro.
Right.
Like, I make myself uncomfortable because every time I make 10 million, I put 9 million on the street.
Word.
And that's 2 million worth of bills a year.
Gotcha.
I always do it.
Yeah. So Dame, what is one good habit that you want to gain and one bad habit that you want to drop?
Focus. I need to focus,
Yeah.
but I'm getting there. Smoking with Fanta is probably a bad habit, but
Right.
it's just no going back. I'm a cowboy about it. So
Yeah.
smoking.
Right.
Got you.
But I don't know that it's bad, but I heard it, but it doesn't really, I can push through a fog. I can work out high, but I just think anything obsessive all day can't be good for you. And I do this shit all day.
Yeah.
Pretty, I'm not saying there's always room for improvement and evolution, but I'm pretty aware of what I need to do. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like daily, I find things that when I find faults in other people, that's when I usually find faults in myself because that's why I can recognize it.
Right.
Whenever I see something aggravating me, I got to say, I got to make sure I'm not doing that. And then I usually figure out that I actually am.
No, that's great.
And then I unconsciously am the person that I hate at times. And I never want to be that person.
Yeah.
Right.
So Dame, what is your overall purpose?
To love.
Great answer. There you go. So Dame, if you can, please leave us with some final words for our audience and for everyone out there.
Check Dame Dash Studios.
Yes,
It's launching February 11th. You can buy stuff from it and watch content with a point of view. And then also if you're in Atlanta, LA, or Charleston, you get it over the air. And I don't know what channel. I'll tell you, I'll have ads for that in a second. And also, it's a new world out there. You should embrace it.
Yeah.
Don't be scared of it because you're not familiar with it, because you probably don't like the world you're in from the past. So you should look forward to the future and doing it different.
Exactly.
So pull your fucking skirt up, stop fucking worrying, and embrace the future and plan for it. Architect it so you're not always playing checkers. Play some chess, especially if you can sit in the house. And being that, everyone's getting sick, it's a good time to be home and just being strategic about planning. You're not missing anything. You know what I mean?
100%.
But think about the next 4 months. The world's going to open back up. Are you going to be prepared? Are you going to be asking questions or are you going to be giving answers?
Yeah.
You want to be the one with the answers, not the questions. You want to be a general, not a soldier.
Everyone's going to have a level playing field once it opens up too. Do you want to use it this time?
There'll be a lot of revenge partying, revenge spending, revenge going outside. So make sure you got some work to sell.
I love it. It's not. These are gems from a legend, by the way. It is not every day that we have a living legend on, like MB said at the beginning. But Dane, we can't thank you enough for coming on, man. We're looking forward to everything you have coming up. We thank you for the gems that you've laid over your career, and we can't wait to hear everything else and see everything else. Yeah. And the Dame,
I just want to say this: like when we started this show, you were literally the first person that we said we wanted to get. Yeah, so literally like the very first person.
We really do appreciate it, man.
This is big for us. So appreciate it.
So we appreciate it, man. Thank you, Dame, for taking the time with us.
It's all good, bro.
Appreciate you.
I'll talk to y'all.
All right.
Later.